Ablazify presents Emotional Intelligence for Leaders, Self-Regulation and Empathy. Have you ever reacted too quickly in a stressful moment, snapping at a teammate, sending an email you regretted, or making a decision driven more by frustration than logic? Or maybe you've had the opposite experience. Someone responded to your mistake with calm and empathy, and it completely shifted how you felt about them as a leader. That's the power of emotional intelligence. And for leaders, two skills matter most: self-regulation, keeping your emotions in check, and empathy, understanding and caring about the emotions of others. Master these, and you won't just be respected, you'll be trusted. And trust is the currency of great leadership. Welcome to Ablazify, where we turn big leadership challenges into practical, human-centered strategies you can use right away. Today, we're unpacking how leaders can use self-regulation and empathy to inspire, connect, and guide their teams, even in high-pressure moments. Here are 7 strategies to strengthen self-regulation and empathy as a leader. 1. Pause before reacting. Stressful situations trigger automatic reactions, but leadership requires thoughtful responses. Train yourself to take a breath, count to 3, or even pause a meeting before responding. That small space between stimulus and response can save relationships, prevent regret, and model maturity for your team. 2. Practice reframing. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to spiral. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift to, "What can I learn here?" or "How can this challenge actually strengthen us?" Reframing turns frustration into perspective. And when your team sees you calmly reframing setbacks, they'll start doing the same. 3. Listen with the intent to understand, not to respond. Empathy starts with listening. Too often, leaders listen only to prepare their own reply. But empathetic listening means slowing down, asking questions, and showing genuine curiosity. Simple phrases like, "Tell me more about what you're feeling," or "Help me understand what's been hardest for you," can open doors.
I once had a manager who never really listened. I always felt dismissed. Then I joined a new team where my leader, Clara, did the opposite. During a tough project, she sat me down and just asked, "How are you really doing with all this pressure?" That moment floored me. I opened up, she listened without judgment, and I left the conversation not only relieved but more motivated. Clara didn't solve all my problems that day, but her empathy made me want to give my best. It showed me how powerful listening really is.
4. Set emotional boundaries. Empathy doesn't mean absorbing everyone else's stress. Leaders need to balance compassion with boundaries. You can care deeply while also protecting your own mental health. For example, acknowledge someone's frustration without letting their negativity consume you. "I hear your frustration, and I want us to work on this together. But let's focus on solutions rather than staying stuck in the problem." Boundaries protect both you and your team. 5. Show empathy through actions, not just words. True empathy isn't only about what you say, it's also about what you do afterward. Follow up with someone who's struggling, adjust workloads when possible, or simply check in. When people see your empathy translate into thoughtful action, it builds trust that words alone can't. 6. Stay curious about emotions, yours and others. Instead of labeling emotions as good or bad, get curious about them. Ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Do the same with your team. What might be driving this reaction? Curiosity turns emotional moments into learning moments and deepens your emotional intelligence. 7. Reflect and recharge. Self-regulation requires energy. If you're constantly depleted, small stresses will set you off. Build habits that restore balance. Journaling, walking, meditation, or even just unplugging for a while. Leadership isn't about never feeling emotions. It's about noticing them, managing them, and then showing up with intention.
Early in my career, I prided myself on being always on. But honestly, it backfired. I was impatient, quick-tempered, and I could see my team holding back around me. Then I started building in time to reset. Morning runs, journaling, even shutting off my phone at dinner. The difference was massive. Suddenly, I had the patience to hear people out and the empathy to connect instead of react. My team noticed. One of them even said, You feel calmer now, and we feel calmer too. That's when I realized my regulation sets the emotional tone for everyone else.
Now picture this. You're in a high-stakes meeting, and instead of snapping under pressure, you pause, gather yourself, and respond with calm clarity. Your team sees it and thinks, if they can stay grounded, so can we. Or imagine being the leader people come to not just for direction, but for understanding. The leader who truly listens, acknowledges emotions, and builds loyalty that can't be bought. That's the leader you become when you master self-regulation and empathy. So here's your challenge. This week, choose one. Either pause before reacting, or listen with full empathy, and practice it in your next leadership conversation. Watch how people respond differently. If this video gave you something to think about, hit the like button, drop a comment, and share it with another leader or teammate. Sometimes, the smallest mindset shifts can spark the biggest changes. And don't forget to subscribe to Ablazify for more practical tools on leadership, resilience, and emotional growth. And turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.